Hello and welcome to Hordes of Fate, a Hand of Fate adventure. If you'd like to check out the game, there is a link in the description, and there is a demo available on May 22nd, so you do want to check this out. This is extremely cool if you are a fan of the Hand of Fate series. I absolutely loved those games. There's playthroughs on my channel from many years ago. Unfortunately, the developer studio, they shut down over a couple of years ago, and they're back. They're creating stuff, you know, in the Hand of Fate universe, and they've got the same narrator back, as far as I can tell, and they've got the wonderful art style back, and it is just oozing with the same wonderful aesthetic. And oh, it's good. It's really good. And obviously it can be even better as time goes on. So give them your feedback and all that wonderful stuff with the demo. So this is the demo right now, and as you can see, I've earned a couple of shards. Now, shards are basically what you use in your meta progression, so I'm going to be getting gather range because I personally really enjoy increasing gather range. I'm actually going to get double gather range here, so I'm going to get 10%. Then I got 5 left, so let's actually just spend it on something. I don't even know what to spend it on, to be honest. I think probably, life regen is not even that useful in my opinion. But I think we're probably going to go for just damage. We'll just go for random damage. And this is a, shall we say, roguelike, shall we say, sort of Dungeons and Dragons-esque adventure survivor kind of experience, and it's got the same wonderful charm that you can expect from Hand of Fate. So there is one class at the moment, and I believe they are going to be adding more, of course, as time goes on, but at the moment in the demo there is only one available, and I gotta say, it is very satisfying to play this game. Extremely satisfying. I actually unlocked a new difficulty here, and this is adventurer difficulty. I'm not sure. It's probably not a good idea for me to play on the higher difficulty, but I am going to do it just because I'm curious to see how it goes. I will probably die. This is the character that you can play as: the trickster, a magician, a jester, and a vagabond. And this is our loadout. We start with the spellbook, which casts a volley of spells at the nearest target. And then we have the gloves of shielding, where you press spacebar, which is the key that I have it bound to at the moment, and that manually casts a temporary shield that can absorb an attack. So, let's begin, and we'll see how we do. Now, a lot of this is all randomized. Basically, almost every single thing is randomized here, and you get to choose an encounter for this particular timeline. So, for example, let's say I want to get an enchantment, then I need to find the little circle area that I need to interact with in the level, and that's going to take me to the Mage's Workshop encounter, and then I will be able to, you know, do things. Trapped treasure is actually something I've not done before, so I think I will actually select that, and we'll see what we can do. So here we go. This is where we currently are. I gotta say one thing. I would like it. This is just a little bit of feedback for the developers if they happen to watch this. Basically, I would like it if the keyboard would be usable for a variety of the interactables in the game. So, for example, when you level up, I'd like it if you could press your keyboard to actually make that work, right? So being able to press 1, 2, 3, or being able to use W and, using A and D to select it, and then pressing space to confirm, you know, stuff like that. Anyway, we got the Scroll of Swiftness here. You take the scroll, crack the seal, and unfurl it. The parchment has a short incantation that you read aloud. My actions are without effort. Without delay I strike. Bestow these powers unto... And what do you utter next? Well, the spellbook, of course. Yeah, I can't press 2. See, now, even though it has 2 as a thing there, 2 does not work at the moment. So I'm going to assume that they're planning on implementing that. To aid me in my fight. No sooner do the words leave your mouth than the paper erupts in blue flames and vanishes. You feel a newfound ease with which to wield your equipment. And we get an uncommon spellbook cooldown upgrade, which means that my spellbook is now going to cool down that much faster, which I very much appreciate. Now we are going to be getting Gather Range. Gather Range is all about collecting experience and various resources easier. And I'm going to be getting this supply chest as well. You have to stand next to chests for a decent amount of time to be able to get them, you know. I'm going to increase my maximum life there. That sounds pretty good. And as you can see, there's a nice little glowing arrow on the screen here that basically says to me, yes, you probably want to go over there because that's where the encounter is. This is your other thing, by the way, your shield. Ah. Caught within a dense thicket of brambles, you spy a gilded horn. Long forgotten, the instrument is bound tightly by the plant's thorned branches. Yeah, we're going to have to leave it for the moment. Yes, unfortunately, I don't have any fire-based abilities. If I had a fire-based ability, then I'd be able to use that, and then that would enable me to get the Gilded Horn and do whatever else I could do with it, but unfortunately I don't have that available. You spot an old gilded chest, half buried beneath a pile of rubble. A single red ruby gleams atop the debris. Okay, attempt to uncover the chest. Now, if you've played Hand of Fate, then you'll know exactly what this is. This is basically you trying to find the success cards. Okay, so let's see if I can find this. There we go. That was very lucky. And I got 13 gold. 13 gold, all right. And we actually leveled up as well. So let's go for some critical chance. That sounds pretty fun. Why not? And we got 2 treasure chests here. 2. That's very nice.
The one to finally usher the undead into true death. Deal with them if you will. I would rather leave them be.
And as you can see, or shall we say, as you can hear, you do have the narrator who played your opponent in, well, who is actually playing your opponent now as well. But yeah, he played your main opponent in Hand of Fate 2 as well. So anyway, a band of tiny gnomes burst out, surrounding you as you pocket the coins from the chest. That oaf's opened it, one squeaks. We can claim the trinket now, cries another. You glance back into the chest, and sure enough, a small wooden idol rests within. You place it on the ground before the gathering crowd. And here we go. Okay, let's see. Success. Okay, there we go. A brave gnome snatches the idol and darts back to the others. They huddle, inspecting it closely before nodding in agreement. The group forms a circle around you, performing a lively dance before they vanish just as swiftly as they appeared. You sense a new energy emanating from your equipment. And we can now enchant something. So as you can see here, auto gather XP dropped from enemies defeated with spellbook. That is, in my opinion, insanely good. So we are going to be taking that enchantment. Thank you very much. I'm going to be trying to increase my spellbook damage as much as possible. And indeed, we are now going to be choosing a new piece of equipment. So what do we have here? We have, well, Cardinal Blade, Skeleton King Shield, and Dragon Armor. And they all have different things. As you can see, they all have different attributes, and these all make a difference to various encounters, as you could no doubt tell by the Gilded Horn encounter that we had. If I had the Dragon Armor at that time, I could have used that, and then I would have been able to solve the encounter that way. But as it stands, I'm actually going to be taking the Skeleton King Shield. There it is, and now it just goes zoom all the way around me, and there's a little bit of a cooldown on it, so I'm going to try to get cooldown reduction on that thing as soon as possible. That seems pretty cool. Alright, I'm thinking, I actually don't know. I'm thinking movement speed. I think movement speed could actually be really, really useful here. A lot of the enemies are pretty slow, so it is kind of nice to be able to outpace them a little bit.
The lion is a symbol of purity, nobility, and truth.
You stumble upon a small glass bottle on the ground in front of you. Drink it or leave it? We're going to drink it, of course. The taste is simple yet sweet. You feel your body grow in strength. An uncommon max life upgrade has been gained. So we gained 20 HP, 20 maximum HP. Very, very nice. Basically becoming as tanky as possible is also actually very, very good. And these things, these little skeletons, they carry explosive barrels as well, by the way, which is extremely, extremely satisfying to see, because basically what they can do is they can literally explode their own allies, which is absolutely amazing, as you could quite clearly tell. Look at that. That is just so satisfying. Okay, so we have another enchantment potentially available here. I think I will probably take it. Because I'd like to, the next time I get an enchantment upgrade, I'd like to get it on the Skeleton King's shield, if at all possible, so that would be kind of nice. Bear in mind that the shield only works for one hit, so I do have to be a little bit careful about, you know, what happens with that. Let's be a little bit careful here. I have to defeat the Undead Champion, and the Undead Champion is very large, as you can see right there. There he is. He is having some big energy coming towards us, and we do have to be a little bit careful of that. I'm kind of hoping that there's going to be a couple more explosive barrel. Yeah, there we go. There's some explosive barrel fellows. I kind of would like them to die so that I can hopefully explode them on everyone, and then they can do massive damage as a result. Yes, Skeleton King shield. I really do need to get a cooldown reduction upgrade on that thing. That would make a huge difference. Let's see here. Shield damage, critical damage. Now we'll just go for the base damage right there. That's pretty nice. Okay, let's try to avoid these guys. There we go. There's the explosion. Nice. Oh yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect. Fantastic. And we are going to take a little bit of damage from this, which is okay, because there are some health chests in and around here as well. So we don't really need to worry about that. I'm going to go for critical damage here. I have to be a little bit careful here, but that's okay because I did actually have my shield, and that does reduce my damage taken quite considerably here. Now, if you want to stay in the level a little bit longer, then you can, but you do have to be a little bit aware of the fact that enemies will become stronger over time if you take too long. As you can see right there, there's the message, the enemies grow stronger. That can happen very, very easily if you take too long to exit. So that is just something to bear in mind. And I have to be a little bit careful here. There's the portal. Oh no, am I going to die? That's the question. I might. Whoa. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to go over there. This is very, very... This is problematic. Okay, there we go. I am alive. Can I please exit? No! Oh, it took too long for me to get through the portal. Oh dear. Oh well, never mind. Okay, there you go. See now, that is exactly the reason why I said to you, maybe I shouldn't play on the higher difficulty, you see. So what we're going to do is we'll play on the lower difficulty just so that I can show you a full run, because I actually did have a full run before and I had a great time and it was fantastic. So I think generally the best course of action here for me right now is to just do a couple more, you know, just do a couple more things and a couple more runs, get some more shards and actually improve the likelihood that I'll be able to do the higher level encounters, higher difficulties. That's really going to make a huge difference. But this gives me a good opportunity to try something a little bit different. So as you can see here, we have huge success potentially that I might be able to go for. There's the huge success card. Fantastic. Look at this. Now, thank you, great one! They cheer, hopping with excitement. A gnome adorned with a bright orange feather steps forward and bows low. Show us your trinkets, he declares in his boldest voice, that we may bless them in gratitude. And we're going to do Spellbook. There we go. Auto gather XP, or each Spellbook spell is explosive for half damage, and we reduce the count by 1, increase damage by 100%. In my opinion, this is absolutely fantastic. Even though the auto gathering of experience is obviously amazing and very, very cool, it's not something that I am particularly going to go for here right now. It is, you know, not something that is significantly going to make us so incredibly more powerful, but devastation, increasing the damage of Spellbook, oh yeah, that's definitely going to do it. That is really going to make a huge difference. As you can see, we are absolutely just murdering things right now very, very easily. Let's actually re-roll this real quick. Spellbook damage. Yeah, we'll go for spellbook damage. I'm basically just going for spellbook damage as much as possible here. And we've got trapped treasure up here as well. We might be able to get a good result on this time too. And I can stand here so that I can get the chest of shards as well as the trapped treasure at the same time. So, here we go. There's that. And we're going to take the ruby this time, I suppose. Attempt to uncover the chest or take the ruby instead. We're going to take the ruby instead. Okay. Well, apparently that was that. So, wait a minute. Did I fail to do that beforehand? I apparently failed to do that beforehand. Oh, well. Never mind. Anyway, so this is Cold Snap. This is what I was using beforehand, which lobs an explosive bomb at the nearest target. For me personally, I think it would be really, really cool to take lightning this time. So that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to stay around here. Oh, hello. Okay, lightning crash needs a cooldown reduction very, very quickly. That is going to be... Oh, yeah, that's going to be real good. I mean, you can see here, it hits randomly in and around the area. And imagine we're like surrounded by all of these enemies. You can imagine it's going to be extremely, extremely effective. And let's actually just see if I can find a little bit... Ah, hello. Yeah, so there's the Gilded Horn. Unfortunately, the Gilded Horn is indeed not actually going to be helping us at all because I don't have any fire spell. So we're going to just drink this, gain another 20 max HP. We're going to be sitting here for the treasure chest for the moment. Look at how much damage we do. We do so much damage. More hordes have been added. Okay, there we go. We're going to be leveling up quite dramatically here as well. Reduce all equipment cooldown or spellbook critical damage increased by 30%. I think we'll just go for that spellbook critical. And we do need to kill this explosive here if we can. Can we please kill that? There we go. Thank you very much. And I got to be a little bit careful here because I would like to get over here to these large shards of experience. It's really going to make a big, big difference to us. Okay, we're going to be going for critical damage for the lightning crash ability. There we go. Yes, all that delicious experience is going to be leveling us up once again as well. Ah, here we go. Spell cooldown. Yes. There we go. That's fantastic. Now I have to be careful. Yeah, this guy is going to be a little bit annoying for us. There we go. He's out of there. Oh yeah, no, this is good. This is good. We are doing very nicely this time around. Obviously, as you might expect, we are playing on a lower difficulty, which is inherently going to make things slightly easier. But as I said, I would like to show you a full run rather than me just dying on the first level, because you know that is generally what is going to happen if I don't have a huge amount of upgrades on a higher difficulty, in my opinion. Anyway, we are probably gonna have a pretty easy time here. This guy, wow, that guy just got absolutely murdered. Yep, he's dead too. There's the portal. Now, as soon as you kill the boss, the portal spawns underneath him, and you are immediately going to interact with it. So that is something that I feel like might be cool to have, like an interactable button or something like that you can actually press. Because otherwise you're just going to continue, interacting with it all the time. Anyway, increased move speed while Gloves of Shielding is active. That could be potentially really, really good. So I'm thinking we're probably going to take that. Imagine being able to move around really, really fast. I mean, that's kind of cool, right? So, yeah, I like that. And then we'll just go into the portal now. There we go. And we could... Oh, 40 max life. That sounds great. And 30 food. Yeah, that sounds really, really cool. Okay, bear in mind that if you do need HP, you can visit the shop, and then you can consume your food to heal yourself. That's basically how that works. So, let's go and gain an enchantment. We need to draw out the undead spirit, yes. Now, do bear in mind that these goblin bridges, you can stand next to them to interact with them, and basically what that means is that they'll just get lowered, and then you can... traverse them however you so desire, which I personally think is very cool. I like that system a great deal because it basically means that you can choose your very own pathway, and you can basically decide, oh, you know what, I actually feel like this shortcut would be fantastic. And so then it's exactly what it gives you. It gives you a complete shortcut for you, which is super nice in my opinion. Anyway, wait a minute. Are we getting big enemies coming our way? Yeah, well, I'm just getting some healing. There we go. Make my way over here. Oh, I have to be a little bit careful here. I might get myself cornered a little bit. That would be unfortunate. There we go. Okay, these guys, these big lizard guys, they literally do... They are so good. They are so good to kill. They give you so much experience. So I'm very much hoping I'm going to be able to... Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, give me that. Give me that. Yes. Oh, yeah. Look at that. So much XP. So much XP. Okay, more gather range. There we are. Okay, let's just use... Oh, of course I get hit as soon as I decide that I'm going to run. It's wonderful, isn't it? Okay, there's another treasure chest here. Don't think I really want the treasure chest. I could potentially just run after the goblin thief here and just kill him. I'm not sure if he has anything for us apart from cash. No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Now we can go to the Mage's Workshop. Now this is obviously going to be hopeful that Lightning Crash is going to get an enchantment. I hope that we're going to get one for the Lightning Crash spell, because that is, in my opinion, what really needs it. So let's see here. Okay. Oh yeah, I have to choose. Okay. Spellbook. Okay. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate. It's kind of unfortunate. Oh, we changed the damage type to fire. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's actually not too bad. That is not bad. You know, it's okay. Increase projectile damage by 10%, increase max life, increase defense. Could increase defense. I think, yeah, sure, why not? Let's go for defense. Now, we are doing a load of damage with... Oh, yeah, actually, fire... Oh, fire sets them on fire. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's very cool. I didn't actually realize that that was going to happen. I thought, oh, it's just going to, you know, change the way that it does damage, or it's going to, you know, change encounters for us. But no, actually, it is a lot better. It is a lot better. It does much more damage. So I think that is actually very cool. Anyway, I think we're probably going to be going for Cardinal Blade here. I wasn't a terribly big fan of the Skeleton King's Shield, even though it is magical damage and it does have a huge amount of synergy. Do I want to? That's the thing, though. No, I'm going to go for Cardinal Blade. I'm going to go for Cardinal Blade. It's just too fun. It's just too fun for me to take new weapons that I've never taken before. And I've never used Cardinal Blade before, so it's got a pretty decent cooldown on it as well, as you can see. I don't know how much damage it actually does. It seems to have a pretty, shall we say, pretty low chance to actually hit anything, because it's not homing, obviously, and they just, you know, they travel in the cardinal directions, as you can probably tell by the name. And, yes. That's, maybe not the best idea, but... Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it's actually going to work out a little bit better than we anticipate. Okay, actually, it does good damage. I mean, look, it did 182 damage as far as I could tell from that. Oh, that guy is coming this way. All right, I will just make my way here. We're going to have to kill these guys. Wow, that's a lot of people. That is a lot of people. Okay, I guess I will just go for weapon damage then. Whoa, loads. See, look, this is what I'm talking about. So much experience available. Look at that. Give me that. Give me that. Yeah. Yeah, there we are. That is fantastic. Okay, yeah, reduce Cardinal Blade cooldown. Yeah, if you collect all the Fae, by the way, I believe you do get some kind of bonus for completing the objective. I don't know what you get, but you do get something. I'm not going to do the portal just yet because I leveled up. There we go. Increase explosive equipment size. Sure. I don't know. I guess that's my homing missiles, I guess. Anyway, as you can see here, we can also gain shards in between levels, which I think is actually very cool. And we are just going to be doing this. Trade gold and food for upgrades. You know what? I'm going to go there and do that this time. Let's have a look and see what we can get. Increase luck. We can heal. We can re-roll. Do I want to re-roll? I think I do want to re-roll. There we go. Okay, yeah, we're probably going to be getting this. Oh, yeah, we're going to get experience gain. Yep, absolutely. Experience gain by 9% sounds great. And what is this? Reduce artifact equipment cooldown by 10%. That's decreasing lightning crash. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. We'll take this as well. That increases lightning crash's critical damage. Could be very, very good. And then we'll move on. And yeah, so you can already see what the game is all about. It's got some wonderful storytelling, and we now have the ability to get another potential enchantment. And I am going to do that. I'm not going to go for the shrine. I will go for another enchantment here. And, lighting the braziers. Okay, that's actually going to be pretty easy for us. At least I think so. So I'm just going to go over here. I think there's one in this direction. Is there? No, apparently not. Okay. It might be a little bit more difficult for me to find than I think then. Potentially. Let's see. It's quite funny actually, because in my previous run, where I was successful, by the way. I was successful in doing an entire run, and I managed to kill the Goblin King, no less. I did actually find the braziers extremely fast. Yes, extremely fast. Anyway, a cloaked figure emerges from the shadows in front of you. Give me your blood, mortal, and I will reward you with gold. Okay, satisfy the stranger's thirst to gain a bonus enchantment. Accept offer, lose 39 to 52 health for 7 gold. Alright. No sooner do you accept than a pair of cold, clammy hands seize your wrist with a strong grip, and you feel teeth-like daggers sink into your arm. The stranger finally releases you, and you find gold coins in the palm of your hand. I am not yet sated, mortal. Perhaps drop more? Okay, so yeah, we will do that. Accept offer. Boom. Okay, I am killing myself right now. This is not so good. Once again, the figure grips your arm and bites. The stranger finally releases you, and you find gold coins in the palm of your hand. Perhaps a drop more? There we go. Alright, here we go. One last draft, mortal, and I will reward you with the power gold could not buy. And there we have it. As the stranger releases you, you collapse to the ground, your life force waning. Looking up, you catch sight of 2 piercing red eyes glowing from beneath their hood. I am grateful, mortal. I can now pass through shadow to my homelands in the Vale. As agreed, here is your reward. And indeed, he is going to be giving us something. Let's have a look. Okay, spellbook area by 50% sounds really, really good. And I am actually going to be taking that. That sounds a little bit boring, I know, because in comparison to the arcane aura that actually creates damage around you while you're shielded, I personally prefer using the gloves of shielding as literally what it says on the tin, which is a shield. I personally prefer that. So I'm going to be going and making spellbook area just more effective so it can do more damage. Because that's going to be our main damage for basically the entirety of the run. So there is that. Anyway, I now have to be very, very careful for the rest of the run because I am extremely low in HP. So I will hope that I can do a decent enough job here and actually not die. Let's try it, shall we? I'm gonna get the supply chest. Let's be a little bit careful of these ghosts. They just travel in straight lines, so they're easy enough to avoid. More hordes have been added. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Gotta be a little bit careful about these fellows. There's another supply chest. Mage's Workshop, that's for another enchantment. That could be potentially good. Let's just... I've got to be a bit careful here. There we go. Nice, nice. Okay, there we are. Okay, yes. Show the mage your equipment. Okay, let us begin. Let us see what I get. Lightning Crash. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. Increase Lightning Crash bolt count by 3. Oh, yeah. That sounds so good. That is really, really good. Okay, we're going to be going for damage there. There we go. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful of the explosions. Yep. My shield saved me from damage there, as you could see, as well. As the brazier bursts into flame, an ethereal warrior appears beside you, eyes fixed on the flickering light. I failed to heed these beacons when last they burned, the spirit whispers. If my spirit still has strength, let it serve your cause. Place an item of your choosing into the flames. Okay, so an item of your choosing into the flames. Okay, well, Lightning Crash, of course. Okay, let's go for big success, big success. There it is, huge success. Oh yeah, that is absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Okay, lightning crash potency, or we can even get, look at the cooldown reduction. Oh my, I think we'll get the cooldown reduction. Yep, gotta go for that cooldown reduction. That sounds great. That sounds wonderful. I love that. Let's go for spellbook damage. And let's be very careful here. Let's try not to get myself killed super badly. Yeah, okay, there we go. Nice, nice, nice. Let's try to get around. Oh yeah, give me all that. Critical damage. Yeah, let's go for that. I could have gone for Cardinal Blade Piercing. Cardinal Blade Piercing could have been really, really good, but no, I think I'm okay. I think I'm pretty alright with that right now. I need to find a health chest, if at all possible. A health chest would be absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I'm getting super lucky with that at the moment. There is one. Okay, fantastic. That's good. That means that I will have much less need to go and actually heal myself in between levels. And I can take more rewards. And there's a load of experience over here. Thank you. Yes, I will be taking all of that. Wonderful. Okay, increase max life by 35. Yeah, we'll take that. Thank you. We are looking super, super strong right now. And we also have a Trial of Fortitude here as well, which is definitely something that I am going to do, if I can. Let's try not to die. Okay, here we go. Before you, a vision of a mighty ogre appears. It strides forward with its club held high. It prepares to strike. And so you can attack with the Cardinal Blade, because we have a weapon. You can attack it normally, which is probably not the best idea. Or you can defend yourself with the Gloves of Shielding. I will defend myself because this is a Trial of Fortitude. You place your faith in your trusty Gloves of Shielding and brace yourself for the impending blow. As the beast's blow lands, a brilliant flash erupts. The ogre vanishes, gone without a trace. Congratulations, adventurer, a voice echoes in your mind. For showing readiness in peril and great fortitude under threat, you have passed this trial. I bestow upon you a gift of great defense. You stand taller, a newfound resilience settling into your stance, an epic defense upgrade. Very nice. That means that we're going to be taking much less damage, which is wonderful. Absolutely perfect. So we're just going to run around here. I'm going to take damage because apparently that's my name now. Yes, Mr. Taking Damage. That's what I do. Yes, that's what I do. Now, Scroll of Swiftness could be pretty useful, so I will try to get this as well, if at all possible. There we go. Okay, let's see. Lightning Crash, cooldown upgrade. There we go. Enemies are growing stronger, so I do actually need to start focusing on destroying and killing this Goblin Chieftain. As you can see, I am actually inflicting massive damage on this guy, hilariously enough. Look at that. He just literally evaporated. As soon as I started focusing on him, he just died. That was insane. Okay, so now we can literally just go here, collect all of the experience, and I am going to exit very, very soon, unless I can kill this thing really, really quickly. Okay, so what do I want to do? Do I want to do Skeleton King's Shield? I guess I will do the Skeleton King's Shield, even though I'm not a terribly big fan of the weapon itself. I feel like the cooldown and the rotation is a bit too slow for my liking, but that's just me. Anyway, let's go through the portal. Let's go through the keyhole. That's a very old reference. Wow, that is an extremely old reference. If you get that, then you're old and I'm old. So there you go. Anyway, let's see. Reduce armor equipment cooldown by 15%. That is armor as in Gloves of Shielding and Skeleton King's Shield. I don't really think that's particularly necessary. I think what we're going to do is get 40 food, and then we will literally go to the shop. There we go. Increase XP gain, and then we can heal. Yeah, increase XP gain, and then we can heal ourselves. Absolutely fantastic. Then we can go for something else. I think we're just going to re-roll one time, and then let's have a look. Yeah, I don't really like any of this, actually. Let's re-roll again. Increase spellbook area, spellbook critical damage. Yeah, spellbook critical damage. I actually feel like we need more critical chance, to be honest, but we don't have that much chance to really get that, which is a little bit unfortunate. But there you go. All right, this might be the final level. I'm actually not entirely sure if it is. Gain max life or healing, gain gold, gain an enchantment. I think we're just going to be going for an enchantment here. That's probably the most useful. No, the Goblin Chieftain. Okay, it's another Goblin Chieftain. I think this is the penultimate level. And then next level, that is when we get to maybe attack the Goblin King. That could be fun. Alright, let's try this. See if we can do it. Alright, so we're being attacked by a massive amount of enemies right now, and I just thought you'd like to see this wonderfully satisfying explosion going on right here. Because obviously we're getting all these explosive skeletons coming at us, and they are literally just getting shot to pieces by our wonderful spells, and they are immediately then causing a chain reaction amongst each other that creates insane damage. As you can see right there. Massive amounts of damage being done, and I literally cannot get enough of that. I cannot get enough of that. It is so incredibly enjoyable, and indeed I'm going to try, if I can, I'm going to try to I'm going to re-roll this. Actually, I don't really like that. Increase critical damage by 25%. That sounds pretty good. But yeah, basically I'm going to try to complete the secondary objective in this one, but for some reason I'm never really able to do it. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. What is this? Heart of the North. I've never done this before. Okay, let's have a look. What is it all about? Ah. Seated upon a throne of wicker thorns is a shaman of the North. Straw-plaited charms and oddities hang about her. You are not the one who defeated me, she hisses from beneath her cowl. With a flick of her hand, you're swallowed by a sudden blizzard of snow and ice. Okay, so unfortunately for me, I don't have Cold Snap. If I had Cold Snap, this would be a lot easier. Okay, let's see what I get. Yep, we did it. You shield yourself as the wind, ice, and snow whirl around you. Then, as swiftly as the blizzard came, the winds fall silent, and the witch vanishes with them. A fresh blanket of snow now covers the ground around you. And you freeze all enemies. Wow, that is a pretty significant... Oh, never mind. Okay, well, the freeze apparently only lasted about 3 seconds. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but there you go. Offer half your food. Yeah, I will offer half my food. Why not? Gonna give me some gold maybe for that?
Well done.
He speaks in the language of the old religion for several minutes and then gently touches your forehead. It is done. Gain a blessing. And we get... Whoa, are you serious? 15 healing whenever you gain gold? That is incredibly good. That is so strong. Wow. Alright, well that is very useful. I think I am going to have a great time with that. Okay, so let's go over here. This Goblin Chieftain is going to die very, very quickly. He has no idea what he's dealing with. And I would like, if at all possible, to, well, I would love to find the last three Fae that I need, but I'm highly, highly doubting I'm going to be able to do that. Oh, there's one here. Oh, there's another one up there. Oh, maybe I'll be able to. No, nothing here. Oh, that's unfortunate. This is bad. Okay, auto-gather experience. Yeah, sure, fine. Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, he's going to die now in just a moment. There he goes. And can we find the last Fae in 25 seconds? Yep. We did it. You cup the last fairy in your hands and peer within. Release me, and I shall enchant your gear to aid you on your quest. Okay, here we go, here we go. Come on now, let's go for the huge success. There it is. You set her gently on the ground. Kind soul, now choose the item you'd have me bless. Okay, so we're going to do Skeleton King's Shield. Increase, here we go. Speed, absolutely fantastic. Yes, go for that. Yeah. This is absolutely fantastic. This is exactly what I was talking about. The rotation speed was very slow as a base, but now look at how crazy fast it is. I love it. Okay, unfortunately I am running out of time, so I probably need to make my way in relatively quickly. There we go. Made it. 2 seconds. That was close. Okay, so increased critical... I don't know whether we should go for that, actually. I guess we should probably go for that. And then we will go for some more critical chance, and then we'll just move on. Okay, so this is the final level. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is the final level, at least. And what are we going to get? What are we going to get? I actually don't know. I think we'll just go for healing. Just go for the shrine. Yeah, draw out the Goblin King. So this is the final level. Let's see how we do. I am a lot stronger than I was in my first ever run. And I gotta say, I am feeling pretty confident right now. Feeling pretty confident. Let's just see. Let's just see. Obviously, if I can find some treasure chests, then we'll have an even better time. And indeed, if I find some more braziers, then that's going to be amazing. Because the amount of, well, the amount of amazing upgrades you actually get that are so incredibly useful, I just can't say no. Can you? Can you say no to those? No, I don't think so. From nowhere, a goblin appears beside the abandoned campfire, and the world around you slows to a stop. The creature smiles. Welcome, traveler. Dangerous lands, these. Spare a bit of food for my pot, and we'll share a meal together. Okay, so technically, if you have 50 food at this point, you're going to get an insane amount of healing, and you also have a chance for an enchantment. Unfortunately for me, I don't have anything like that, so I'm just going to literally eat 10 food for 25 healing. You share your meal with the goblin and feel somewhat refreshed. Now be off with you. The goblin laughs and disappears. The world around you whirs into motion once again. Alright, there you go. We also have an ancient brazier right here, and we also have a chest filled with shards in just a moment. And we're obviously going to be opening that up. Give me that. There it is. More hordes are incoming. Look at how much damage we do. We do so much damage right now. Incredible. Oh yeah, I am just leveling up like no one's business to. Okay, let's increase my cardinal blade count. Sounds good. Level up all across the board here. Let's try and actually get the goblin bridge open. Thank you. And, oh, treasure chest. Okay, that's going to heal me back into full HP, pretty sure. Almost. Almost. Okay, let's see. Reduce blade. Yeah. We'll reduce the cooldown. Reduce the cooldown. Sounds pretty good. Can I find more braziers, please? I only need one more, and then we should be good. But this is exactly what I was talking about the goblin bridges. They make it possible for you to just create your very own pathways. And I think that is actually extremely cool, because you just literally think to yourself, oh yeah, you know what? I actually want to go over this way. And before you open the bridge, it doesn't allow enemies through. You know what I mean? So it's basically you opening up additional pathways for you, but also for your enemies to come through. And so that's a little bit, a little bit of a difficulty there. Anyway, we're going to be going for the Skeleton King's shield once again. Let's try and get huge success if we can. There's huge success. There we go. All right, here we go. Increase the range, increase the projectile count. I think we're going to be increasing the projectile count. I think that sounds insanely good. Look at that. Yeah. Can you imagine how amazing that would be if we literally had more projectile on that? That would be so good. Ah, there's the Goblin King. He's coming our way. All right, let's see what he's capable of. He's probably not going to really do much, because we are much more powerful than I was in my first run, and I was still able to eliminate him. However, obviously, there are those moments where I get overconfident, because that's what I do. I generally do tend to get overconfident quite often, and getting overconfident means that I'm probably going to die. So let's be a little bit careful on that, shall we? Okay, here we go. Yep, try to avoid that. Enemies are, of course, going to grow stronger as well, which we do have to be careful of as well. Make sure that that does not kill us. And all I need to do is just make sure that my spell book is the thing that is mostly doing damage to the Goblin King, because that is the thing that is going to do the most damage. Okay. Little bit worried. Little bit worried right now, actually. Oh, no. I think we're okay. Shrine's not really going to do much for me right now. Me leveling up as well. Pray for healing. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Okay, there we go. We did get success, crazily enough. Okay, enchantment. Change, yeah, sure, fine. Change it to lightning. Change it to lightning. Sounds fun. And he's out of there. There we go. He's dead. Fantastic. And now I can basically just leave, and then we're all good. Reduce beam cooldown? Oh, yeah. That's fantastic. Okay, you know what? Let's just go straight on in. And there it is. That is the end of the run, and you can see here how much damage each individual spell did. And you can see here, our spellbook obviously did the most. But we did have 4 enchantments on that, so you can just imagine that if you had more on Lightning Crash, for example, that's probably going to end up doing more in the end. Anyway, let's see what did we unlock anything? No, we didn't unlock anything, unfortunately, but we did gain more shards, and that's going to provide us with additional stuff. So what do we want? What do we want? We could go for XP gain. I think XP gain sounds pretty fun. Being able to level that up faster sounds good. And then critical chance and all that stuff too. And obviously you can take a look at the various, various cards that you can get and that you can interact with as well. Like for example, as you can see right here, if you do certain things, like for example, the Heart of the North encounter, if I had Cold Snap in that situation, I could have potentially gained a new card from that. Same thing with the Helpful Priest. If I trade the full amount of food there, then I might be able to get a new card from that. Same thing with the Black Cauldron, and so on and so forth. And that's how it used to work in Hand of Fate as well, where you basically unlock new cards by making sure that you fulfill all of the conditions of those. Anyway, this was Hordes of Fate. If you want to check it out, there is a link in the description. The demo releases on the 22nd of May. So add it to your wish list, and then you'll probably you might get notified, but just look out for it basically, because this is something you do not want to miss. It is very satisfying, very fun to play, and if you're a fan of Hand of Fate like I am, then there's no better thing to play. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.